it? Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power, and look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the lady go miss? Ay, her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it?
Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the AFC-NFC Pro Bowl. Russell Wilson and the NFC versus Lamar Jackson and the AFC.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Well, we are a week away from Super Bowl 55 in Tampa, but the very best players in the NFL have made the trip out to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Get ready to settle in for an entertaining 4 quarters. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway from Las Vegas. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here comes the NFC offense, and CD, it'll be Russell Wilson who leads them out under center.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
On first down, Wilson. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good.
25 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield.
Wilson's
not much there, only a yard.
McCaffrey.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So here now the AFC for their first drive. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his 3rd season now from Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And no one can run the football like Lamar Jackson from the quarterback position. The most dynamic guy with the ball in his hands since probably Michael Vick. Got more accurate throwing the football each and every year at Louisville. But how about this one? A first-round pick in 2017, the number 32 pick in the first round. The last guy to do that at Louisville, Teddy Bridgewater, the same exact pick when he came out.
Here's the NFL's leading rusher, Derrick Henry of the Titans. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Jackson. The connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll get him down here at the 23. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or playing the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
2 things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern of Tennessee on to punt for the AFC. And Deontay Harris of the Saints back deep for the NFC. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now an all-pro from the Carolina Panthers, it's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
at the 49-yard line.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Skirts by him at the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11. That's the end of the first quarter.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the shotgun, Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want them to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there in that scramble.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. From 6 yards away. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Gold on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the NFC goes up 7-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone and bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. From the gun, Jackson over the middle. Julian Edelman, it's complete. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
He was tackled.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
On the pickup.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 26 and a first down. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
A run with Henry on first down, but nowhere to go there as he can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the NFC's 21-yard line.
Time rolls around. Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Man, Lamar Jackson, we all know it, but he is just so elusive with the football.
I don't care how many times you go through tackling drills at practice and how many different situations you put guys in practice. It's not the same as trying to get Lamar Jackson on the ground. He forced 42 missed tackles last year. That's twice as many as any other quarterback in the NFL. To your point, very difficult to get him down.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up.
All-pro tight end Travis Kelce had 97 catches last year in the regular season on his way to a Super Bowl title with Kansas City. And while he's a weapon anywhere on the field, as you get closer to the end zone, you really have to look out. Witness what he did in the playoffs. 3 touchdown catches against Houston in the divisional round, and a big one in the Super Bowl against San Francisco, which keyed Kansas City's comeback.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. They ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
NFC takes over 1st and 10.
Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Wilson. And he's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we're at halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with a score tied. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And this carries into the end zone. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The AFC offense now set to start this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down at the...
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the punt there. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had it. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 43-yard
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level, and the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. on the ground, McCaffrey. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Darius Leonard on the tackle. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Wilson. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. From the gun, Wilson. And it's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the NFC has taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Gold for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Back out is the AFC offense. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons. A one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and try to help their team win down the stretch.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Mixon on the draw. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd and short. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does, to the tune of a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Throwing is Jackson. This is going to be incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
Forced out to his left. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out.
And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Takes over first and 10 at their own.
Here now the NFC to take over on offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Here's Wilson. And a sideline pass that's caught by Thomas. And he'll be out right at the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
A scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
At the 35-yard.
Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. So from the 36 now, first and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime that ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. To add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10. So
Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down 21-14. 25 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One last shot for Jackson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win.